Hello guys, this is William, week one of a startup. I've been wanting to document this journey for a long time, but honestly, I just did not know what to say. I never knew where to start. So I'm just starting now. This is going to be the first chapter of my journey, and I'm in the US, I'm in Silicon Valley at the moment, but my story doesn't really start in the US. It starts in Ukraine. So it goes back to summer of 2025. I was in Kyiv, Ukraine, filming documentaries, and I was chasing stories about information warfare, Russian airstrike, North Korean weapons, the kind of stuff that forces you to grow up fast. And while I was there, I kept thinking, man, this is terrible. Is there something that I can do about it? Because I've been a documentary producer for the past decade or so, and I felt like I've done enough to raise awareness on the most pressing issues that I believed in, but I did not do anything to tackle them. I wasn't a problem solver. I was more of a raiser. I raised a lot of problems. I never did anything about it. So I began experimenting with ideas, and initial idea was to find a technical person, co-founder, to come up with a solution to better protect civilians in war zones. So, meaning, we call them a collateral damage, meaning that in war situation, we oftentimes see innocent civilians, including children, getting killed, either by accident, either intentional or unintentional, right? I wanted to figure out what I can do to save is a weird way of saying it, but what I can do to protect them, because I firsthand witnessed many of my friends and children, little kids, ranging from 3-year-old to 7-year-old, 9-year-old, innocent children getting killed from very unfortunate events. So that was my intention coming here in Palo Alto, because I believe that with the network of big tech companies and Stanford professors, I can come up with a solution. So I came here with that idea, but quickly I've realized, that there was no market fit for that, and the problem was too big of a problem to solve right away. Meaning, in order for me as an individual to tackle big problem, I need support, financially, editorially, anything, right? And that means people have to be willing to pay for it. They have to be willing to invest their own income into solving this problem. And this problem did not have that. As much as I would like to think that people are rooted, that they're deeply rooted in a way to care about others, but I don't know. Maybe I'm being too pessimistic, but I came to realize after coming here that people are not going to pay for a product like mine, who are going to save children 1,000 miles away from theirs, right? That they would happily pay for something that will protect their children, but not for someone that they don't know. Which was the reason why I decided to documentaries, because I felt like I could bring people closer to each other and be more empathetic of each other. But anyhow, so I've realized that my product, whatever it was going to be, did not have a market. So I've decided to pivot, and I've been working with multiple professors in Stanford and advisors from big tech companies like Google, Samsung, and they've all advised me to focus on a smaller problem that I can tackle right away, instead of focusing on creating a tool that will change the humanity right away, because you can, right? You just have to be realistic about it. So I've moved on to project to tackle fake information. Whether intentional or unintentional, I've seen firsthand that these fake information were directly involved in creating casualties, meaning in Ukraine, for instance, if you go on Telegram, you get a lot of messages targeting teenagers it almost seems like a job posting from LinkedIn, and it recruits people to deliver a package from point A to point B, seemingly benign, but those packages, inside them there are bombs. So these teenagers, innocent teenagers, ends up killing their neighbors, family, friends without even knowing. So how do we prevent malicious actors, perpetrators, from abusing the platform, social media platform in particular, like Telegram, Facebook, Instagram? How do we prevent them, or how do we make it as difficult as possible to abuse the platform? And this is apparently called trust and safety market, and there's a market fit for that, meaning Facebook, Instagram, these big tech companies are going to pay to make their platform safer, because there's a law that requires you, if you're a mega platform with over 50 million users, you have to have a strong trust and safety measures in your platform. You have to stop people from posting child pornography, revenge porn, selling fake products, distributing fake information to divide people. All that's included in the trust and safety market. So I've decided to focus on creating a solution to make platforms safer, and this includes ChatGPT and all that too, AI tools. Anyhow, so that's what I'm working on long term, but I'm not going to make money, I'm not going to make product overnight with this problem, because although it's a smaller problem, I've scaled it down to a smaller problem, but it is still a problem that's going to take a couple years at least. So to increase my runway, meaning to sustain the effort that I'm putting into this project, I've decided to focus on small projects, mini projects that can generate income right away. And I also had to learn how to make money and how to start a business that makes money, that I can actually have a tangible green paper on my hand, because I've never done it before. I've always been a documentary producer. Although I've worked in big newsrooms like CNN, BBC, I was never used to making money, meaning I was never used to doing sales, marketing, and all that. So I'm one of the projects that I'm working on at the moment is the podcast project, meaning there are thousands and thousands of conventions and conferences and pitch nights in San Francisco. People from 50, 60 different countries come here for a week or two to pitch their product, and they pay $300 to $800 per 15 minutes of time on the stage. So why not spend that money on us interviewing you to pitch your product online via podcast? Because my part of my job was to interview people, and I come from broadcasting and radio related industry, so I was pretty confident that I can bring people in and interview them in a manner that would allow them to reach their audience in a more authentic, genuine conversation manner, instead of posting pictures and videos of their products, which are not gonna be as strong as having listened to the stories, like personal narrative of a founder. So I'm hoping that if I were to garner 20 to 30 different founders at an event, pay me $500 each, that would already be, I don't know, $30,000 per event. And I thought that would give me a runway to actually work on mission-oriented problem, and it would also allow me to level up in doing business, making money. And there are precedents like Elon Musk, Pavel Durov, the founder of Telegram. They've made a fortune before going into a mission-oriented project. They knew the importance of having a long runway, meaning stack up money behind them to be able to focus on the mission itself, instead of trying to figure out how to make money with that mission, because some missions don't really have a market. But that doesn't mean that these missions are irrelevant or unimportant. They are just as important, but it just means, people are not paying for it. Netflix, until 20, 30 years ago, people were not paying for online subscription of movies and videos. Same thing with the music, right? People were not paying for Spotify. Spotify did not exist, right? So in a way, part of that mission is to create a market for an important task that humanity faces. So long story short, I figured out how to make quick money. Well, I haven't figured it out, but I'm trying to figure out how to make money right away and use that as a source of conviction and confidence to move on to more mission-oriented project that has a scale that I can target as an individual. Having a great friends and founders in this house. I live in a founder's house, meaning there are multiple people in this house that are working on their own project, but they also are entrepreneurs like myself. So I get to talk to them on a daily basis. I talk 2 to 3 hours at least a day, juggling different ideas and learning from each other. So having that dormitory kind of vibe really helps me grow and pivot fast, fail fast. So I've been really enjoying this journey. I've been here this is my 3rd, 4th week of being in Silicon Valley, and I love it so far. So I would really appreciate the support. I'm posting it online to keep you guys on the loop. I want you guys to eventually jump in, and if there's anything that you have that you can offer, I would really appreciate that as well. So thanks a lot again, and this is the first week of podcast, not a podcast, first week of a vlog for starting a company, and I hope you come back for it. See you next week. Cheers.